I flew out to see my mom for the first time ever, and 15 years later I still regret it. When I was in 7th grade, I was living with my dad, and one day when we got into a fight, I screamed at him that I hate him and that I want to go live with my mom. "You ungrateful little brat. You seriously want to go live with your mom after everything she put us through? Okay, fine, go. But don't say I didn't warn you." He proceeded to open his laptop in front of me, and he spent the last $250 in his bank account buying me a plane ticket that night. Before I knew it, it was 10 hours later, and I was at the airport across the country meeting my mom for the first time ever. When I saw her, I sprinted towards her, but then as I got close, I realized exactly why my dad had warned me about her for so many years. She was so drunk she could barely stand, and once I was within her reach, she just collapsed onto me. Strangers were giving us daggers, and I had to drag her over my shoulder out of people's sight. We ended up in the disabled bathroom, and I locked the door and put her on the toilet. I gently slapped her awake, and when she rose, the first thing she did was get sick. After getting sick, she got up and started ruffling my hair without even washing her hands and asked me, "Ryan, you're really here. How are you, sweetie?" I looked at her with pure sadness in my eyes. "My name is Ryan, Mom, and when we called earlier you promised you wouldn't drink before seeing me." She looked at me with that droopy alcoholic face and told me that she may be drunk, but that doesn't mean she can't take me on the coolest mom-son date ever. "Really, Mom, we can do that?" "Of course, honey. Let's go right now." With that, she grabbed my arm and dragged me out the door, and then through the airport and into the car park. She put me in her car and got in herself, and once I realized what she was doing, I started begging her not to drive because she was drunk. I told her I had money. I told her I would use the $50 my dad gave me to buy us an Uber, but she refused to take it. She buckled my seat and told me that she's done this hundreds of times before. She promised we'd be okay. Well, it wasn't even 5 minutes into the drive that she swerved off the road. She turned her steering wheel too hard trying to take a right in an empty lane and ended up going headfirst into a tree. I suffered a knee dislocation and a few broken ribs, and after the initial shock passed, I looked over at her. That's when my face went pale. She looked dead. She didn't look like she was breathing. I checked her pulse, crying for her to please stay with me, but there was nothing I could do. It's been 15 years since that day, and I still blame myself. If I didn't visit her, this would have never happened.